The big game is fast approaching, but wait, you still haven't got your tickets. You've spent hours searching, but you're still confused about ticket prices. Time to stop searching. Visit ticketcompare.com. We compare ticket prices for all the popular leagues and tournaments for you. We work only with the most trustworthy sites, so you can have peace of mind when buying your tickets. Compare prices, buy tickets, get to the game. Ticketcompare.com. Buying tickets made simple.
Hi guys, we'll do the embargo as usual for Sunday. That'll be a 10:30 Saturday evening embargo. Any questions we'll take in Spanish before the embargo. Hello Max.
Hello Pep. First of all, can you start us with the injury situation, please?
No, everybody okay?
Everybody's okay.
Yeah.
Will this game be too soon for maybe Gabriel Jesus, or do you think he could maybe take some part in this game?
We'll see tomorrow. He made the third training session with the team, so every day is better.
Obviously, after the disappointment of the FA Cup game at Wigan, what has the feeling been like among the players this week? Has it been easy to get them maybe happy again because they know this is a cup final straight away?
No, it's okay. The team is stable. It was stable all the season. In the good moments, was calm and play another one. So we lose in a competition. Congratulations, Wigan again, and day after tomorrow going to play a final. So it's a good moment to enjoy, to be serious, and we know exactly against which team we're going to play, and try to win the title.
What would it mean to you to win a trophy here in England, your first?
Well, not for me, for the club. Of course, we are here to try to win the title, so we are involved right now in 3, so we are going to, of course, to win the title. The first step is to arrive the final. We did it, and now we have to try to win it. But the day after, we're going to prepare again against Arsenal, Chelsea in the Premier League and the Champions League. So, in the end of the season, we're going to see how was the season.
And this game will have the video assistant referee. What are your thoughts on how that system has worked so far, and how do you feel about having this in the final?
I don't have opinion.
Not at all?
No, at all. Right now, no. I have to see it. I have to watch it, how it was. So if the UEFA or FIFA decide it's good for the football, it's okay. So always I am open-minded to new ideas to make the football, in the right direction. So, but I don't have opinion right now. So I need time.
Pep, what memories does Wembley hold for you in terms of winning titles, winning trophies?
Well, I lose one semi-final last season. I won 2 Champions League finals. 2 Champions League finals. One a player like a manager. So good memories. Not just for, of course, winning. For the stadium, the old Wembley was something special. The new one is so beautiful. So it's a magnificent stadium. So it's nice to come back there. And always here in England, when you go there, it's because it's something good. You are in semi-finals or finals. So that's good.
Do you get any personal satisfaction from winning titles? You just said there you play the game and then you'll have another game against Arsenal, then you have another game against Chelsea. If you do win, will you reflect on something important that you've done, winning in another country, or
no? No, we'll be happier, but the schedule is different when you win the title in the last game of the season, or you don't have another chance to fight or some target to achieve. So, of course, we want to win. Arsenal players as well. So, we're going to try, but we're going to be happier if we win. Sad if we don't win, but the day after is prepared because in 2-3 days we have another game against Arsenal again. So, it's not. I try to be relaxed in terms of to enjoy the situation, to analyze what Arsenal are like a team and try to win, but nothing special.
your team has performed so well so often this season, you must be confident that those players can produce a performance that people will see as fitting for a cup.
Of course, even in Wigan game, we concede 2 shots, 1 on target. We create 24. I don't know how many times on target. So we did absolutely everything, even with 10. I was so delighted in the performance, but the finals is completely different. It's what Wigan happened. So football, we concede something, we make a mistake. It's not about final, it's completely different in the way you have done. We're going to try to maintain our level in the way we play, but final is completely different. Final is boxes. It's how clinical you are in front, how tough and serious are in your box. So finals is different. It's not what you have done in the past, but of course we want to make a good performance and win the game.
Hi Pep. Raheem wasn't involved at all on Monday. Was there any problem there, or was he just being rested?
Yeah, I forgot. Had a problem. I had the problems in the muscular. I don't know. We'll be ready for the next Sunday. So had the problems in the game against Basel. There. Yeah.
You say he won't be ready for.
I don't know. Right now, I don't know.
Okay, and just earlier in the season, you spoke about the earlier rounds and maybe the wasted energy of this competition. Do you still have that opinion, or has it changed now you've reached the final?
Everybody knows here in England is so demanding about the competition, so everybody knows. So all around the world play 3 competitions, here 4, and always is demanding because the Carabao Cup is in November, October, November, December, and it was the toughest schedule. And but if we were not interested in that competition, we would have dropped in the first game. That would not happen. We play every game to win, and we are in the final. We deserve to be there. We want to try to win.
Hello, Pep. You've already suggested that Claudio Bravo will keep his place for the final. A lot of City fans are of the opinion that it's a cup final. You should play your strongest team, which would presumably mean Ederson. What would you say to those fans?
They have an opinion, but I am a manager, so I cannot. So if you put me all the fans in front of me, every fan has his own opinion. I understand, I respect a lot, but we are here for Claudio. Without Claudio, we would have not been in semi-final. Against Wolves, he made 3 men, 1 against the Wolves players. He saved 2 penalty rounds, and he deserves to play the final. He's going to play the final because the locker room is more important sometimes than the finals, and he's going to play. Without him, we would not be here.
It's also a big issue at left back with Fabian Delph suspended. Obviously, you're not going to tell us who's going to play, but what are the issues involved in terms of your team selection at left back?
Yeah, we have another option. We are going to decide who's the best one for that game, knowing our team, knowing the opponents. Yeah, unfortunately, Fabi cannot play, so another option.
Pep, you've played some beautiful football this season and received a lot of praise for that. But how important is it you now turn those great performances into maybe 1 or 2 trophies this season?
Yeah, of course. So we have to lift titles to give more value what we have done. Of course. So we, in the beginning in August, when we start, always we say the same. We will be judged for how many titles you win in the big clubs, in the 5-6 contenders. It's always the same. So how many titles lift? But in the same point, what I said before, these 8 months together, we live what we live, and that belongs to us. And every game, like we won, and every game when we play, and we were happy the way we played. The day after, we were happier. So we don't expect to win titles to be happier. Just if you lift titles or not. But of course we'll be judged. For the club is so important because it's a club who needs, every year to grow up, to win titles, and tomorrow, the after tomorrow, have the first one.
And just alone, Pep, you have a very good record in the finals of knockout competition. I think it's something like only lost 1 in maybe 10 or something. Can you maybe try and explain why you've been so successful with Bayern Munich and Barcelona?
So I don't know. The same time in the semi-final, especially in Champions League. So we have in 9 times, and 8 or 9 arrive just 2 in final. So I don't know. Normally what's happened is because you have a good players and good mentality, and the fact, don't be scary to play the finals, to be brave into play and try to attack and score. So that is going to try.
What's that, Paul?
Is there something about finals, Pep, that brings the best out of you as a coach? Does it make you kind of more focused, more driven?
Finals is special, but to win finals, you have to win the quarterfinals, the semi-finals. You know, so they are important games. So, but I think the finals is belong especially to the players. How brave you are, how with courage you play this kind of games. I would like to see my team like we saw in all the season. So not for the final has to be something different. No, it's just in front of 80,000 people in a magnificent stadium in London. So it's good arguments to be who we are, or at least to try it. Try to don't have regrets after the game. You know, like we didn't have regrets. For example, Wigan game. You have to lose, improve. We have a lot of chances. We make a situation that 10 against 11, we can avoid it. So it was not necessary to receive the red card. It was our mistake, and our goal was our mistake. So against Wigan, we did absolutely everything. The good things and the bad things. And you have to try to control the bad things. So the final have to finish 11 against 11. If don't, we don't have chance. And hopefully that in the future, because we are a young team, in 75% of the team is so young, so we can learn of that for the future.
Last couple for the
Pep, your first trophy in Spain was a cup final, and that then led on to some years of winning lots of things and dominating in many ways. Do you have the same feeling here,
No.
that this could be the launch?
No.
No?
No. Like the same feeling when asked to me in the beginning of the season, so did you expect to play in the league, on the Premier League, or fight until 3 days ago for competition? I said no. So not even there in Barcelona when we won the first title in the Cup, I thought or I expect we're going to win 40 titles in 4 years. So I didn't expect that. So I'm more pragmatic on that. Don't dream too much.
Okay,
far away.
I'll phrase it a different way. I know you don't want to sound as though you're being arrogant. So do you have a similar feeling of optimism about this squad that you may have had with that squad back in Barcelona in your first year?
No, I didn't say that your question was said that to be arrogant. No, so I think in football, in the sports, it's a big mistake to think it would happen in the next 3 years. So it's a big mistake for our heads, you know, for our targets, how focus our targets. So it's no sense. When the people say in the beginning, are you able to win the 4 titles? I said, of course we're going to try, but with the football 1888 build up in this country, no teams, the big Liverpools, the big Uniteds, the big Arsenals or Chelsea was able to do that. So why I should think we can do that? So it's better to think about, tomorrow we have a final, day after tomorrow, so and try to do what we have done in that season, who we are, and after we will see. And after, so the Premier League is, you have 6 games to be champion in the most prestigious tournament in this country, and try to achieve it. And next season we'll see. And at the end of our period together, and after that we analyze. So think about, we're going to do that. It's just 2 headlines, and after said, we'll be broken. But normally when you talk in that terms, always you miss that shot and never happen.
Thank you.
Just on Gabriel Jesus, sorry, Pep,
Yeah.
even if he's not available to go tomorrow, how much of a boost is it going to be to have him back for the rest of the season? Because you've got a lot of attacking players that have played
That's
a lot
so
of games.
important. So when the people say the 4 titles, and you are able to do that when never before happened, you have to be everything going well. And when you have your only fullbacks 6 months injured, you cannot fight for. It's more difficult to fight for all titles every 3 days during 11 months. It's the same for the strikers. So without Gabriel, and now without Raj, I don't know we'll be able. In the last games we have just 3 players plus Lucas Nemeth and Brahim. They are young. So when you play every 3 days, is so difficult. You know that. So Vincent was injured a lot of time, and Fabian Delph was out a lot of time. So when you want to be absolutely everything, everybody has to be in the right path. And sometimes it's not possible because always there are injuries in that situation. When you play one competition a week or one game a week, you can handle that situation without a problem. But when there's a lot of, here that these 4 months in Spain, in Germany, in Italy, there are 1 or 2 months tough. Here there are 4. November just until February is so tough in that country for the weather, for the amount of games, for the physicality, for many, many reasons. And you need all the situation. That's why coming back people like Gabriel, for example, Sergio helped us incredible that period, but it's just one and every 3 days play until the end, maybe it will be too much, and sometimes he needs to be fresh, and that's why it's so important he's coming back, because sometimes we can play with 2 strikers. For example, the last game against Wigan, the last minute, Gabriel on the bench would have played with Sergio, and now have that chance, so it's so important.
And you have been so dominant in recent weeks, even before the Wigan game, that people were saying, how can Man City even be beaten? So is that dominance important to you, or is it just about winning games at this stage?
In the finals, of course, it's a win. But the way that they will say the most important thing is win, yeah, but after that, how we win is the next question. And the only managers that the players can do is talk about how we win. But of course, there are moments in the finals you have to win, but the fact to be unbeatable is time ago it happened. So I was never concerned about to avoid to be unbeaten. And don't create me a lot of pleasure to say nobody can beat us, because that is unreal, and it's necessary to lose games. I don't like to lose competitions. What happened in Wigan, maybe prefer to lose Premier League games than FA Cup, because now we're dropping in competition when the FA Cup is so nice, but it's football, it's happened. So all around the world it's happened. It's just focus on the next one and try to get better and learn from Wigan what happened. Only we can do is learn from Wigan. So the 2 situations in the games like a final, because Wigan game is a final, FA Cup competition is a final every game, is try to learn of that for our future. This season, next one, and for the future for the players, to try to avoid that situation.
Bona tarda. Sempre has dit que prefereixes encarar els partits després d'una victòria, però degut com es va produir la derrota de l'altre dia a Wigan, reafirmant una manera, una voluntat de joc, atacant fins al final, creus que va fer menys mal del que podia fer?
No, hagués preferit jugar a la final havent guanyat el Wigan. No m'agrada jugar a finals, el partit anterior has perdut i has perdut l'eliminatòria. Però ens hem d'aixecar i és el que hi ha. Hem tingut 5 dies per pair-ho i per preparar la final.
I la segona pregunta seria, hem sapigut avui que la Guàrdia Civil va entrar a l'avió privat de la teva família quan va regressar a Barcelona aquesta setmana. Volia saber com valores aquest fet.
No, m'ho va explicar la meva companya, la meva dona, i va passar el que les informacions diuen. La policia de la Guàrdia Civil, m'imagino, no sé com estan les lleis aeroportuàries, no en tinc ni idea, però imagino que té tot el dret que si vol parar-nos i inspeccionar, doncs inspeccionar. Va passar, van veure que hi havia la família, van marxar i no sabem res més.
So first question, do you always say that you prefer to play after having win a game, since the defeat, how was against Wigan? The way you play and the way you lose, it hurts less thinking about the next game. Well, I always say that I prefer to play a final after having won a game. I would have loved not playing after a defeat and after dropping a competition, but again we have to stand up, recover and focus about the next game. And the second question, how do you feel about the fact that the Spanish police searched the private plane your family was traveling, looking for the former Catalan president Carles Puigdemont? Well, that's something that my wife explained to me. It happened like it's been published in the news. The Spanish police, obviously, they do their job and they have the right to stop a plane and search for it. So it's what happened. My family saw it. They saw the police searching the plane, and that's it.
Hola, Pep. Futbolísticament, com t'esperes la final, com t'esperes l'Arsenal i com l'heu preparada?
L'Arsenal juga molt bé les finals. Crec que té experiència amb això. Independentment de com està, té arguments. Tenen gent molt ràpida de baix, però no ve Mayang, va molt bé l'espai, el connecta el Dortmund, és molt perillós, et fa jugar al límit tot el partit. I tenen moments que ataquen amb molta gent, tenen bons defensors a l'àrea. Serà una final dura.
What kind of final, what kind of game are you expecting on Sunday? Well, Arsenal is the kind of team that they play finals always well. They are experienced in that kind of games, and obviously it doesn't matter how they arrive or how they are at the moment, because they always play well. They are very good in attack. Players like Aubameyang, I know him very well, how good he is. They attack with a lot of people. They have good defenders, so I'm pretty sure it's going to be a top final.
Okay, guys, run an embargo, please, for 10:30 on Saturday evening.